What is cracking, everybody? You're back with Mr. Berger, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than usual. I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 tips for starting and or growing a YouTube channel. Tip number 1, put a cute animal in it. Say hi, Bonnie. Nah, I'm just messing with you. Alright, let's get on to the real video. Alright guys, in all seriousness, tip number 1, consistency is key. You want to make sure to stay consistent, at least as best as you possibly can. If you can handle a schedule, go ahead and stick to it. A lot of good and huge YouTubers definitely recommend that. Getting videos out on a set schedule, certain time, every day, or a certain set amount of days, X amount of days a week. If you don't feel like you can handle that, or you're just too busy, or maybe you just are getting started, then you can kind of just work on continuing to pump out as many videos as you can, and make that kind of your idea of consistency. Now, try not to take large, unnecessary, and unexplained breaks, because that's the kind of thing that's going to make your subscribers wonder, where did they go? However, make sure that you don't burn yourself out and you start to dislike it. You don't want YouTube to kind of become a chore. You want it to be something that you enjoy doing, right? That's why you're here in the first place, because you enjoy sharing whatever you've got with the rest of the world. If you take a look here at kind of some of my early on videos, you'll notice that I'm pretty consistent with uploading. I've got one here February 6th. I've got another one the next day, February 7th, February 10th, February 11th, February 13th, so on and so forth. However, of course, sometimes things slow down a little bit. Here I got the November 21st, then the 24th, and then the 26th, not quite as consistent, 29th, December 2nd, 3rd, and then all of a sudden you'll notice this huge break, December 3rd to December 13th. A huge break of about 10 days where I didn't have any uploads. Now I'll let you in on a little bit of a secret. This upload right here was actually scheduled to be uploaded partway through this break that I was on, but I had to go out of town for a good friend's wedding. So, you know, sometimes things come up where you simply are not able to upload videos because something important comes up in your real life. And of course, that is a larger priority than your YouTube channel, right? Something important in your real life. So occasionally those breaks are going to be inevitable, but hopefully you can get back to it. As you can see, as of lately, I've been able to be pretty consistent. December 18th, December 20th, another one on December 20th, December 22nd, and December 23rd, and then of course the 24th. So tip number 1, guys, stay consistent. If you can handle a schedule, try to stick to it. If not, just try to keep pumping out those videos. Don't take unnecessary major breaks that are unexplained, but of course take time to yourself. Don't miss any major life events. The last thing that you want is to get burnt out and to stop enjoying making your YouTube videos. If you hear any random snorts or grunts throughout the video, it's this girl right here. Tip number 2. You want to try to establish some sort of a brand for yourself. If you've noticed, my kind of theme is that I'm kind of an educator. I'm kind of a guy that gives you tips and helps you out on playing games that I enjoy playing. I took 2 things that I loved, teaching, which I do for a living, and gaming, which I've always enjoyed since I was a little kid, and I combined them into one thing. If you want to hear more about how I got started on YouTube, make sure to check out my very first video on my channel. So a big thing that I worked on early on was establishing a brand for myself. And what I mean by that is I set out to do a few major things that'll help kind of set me aside from the other YouTubers and let people know kind of who I am and what I'm going for with my channel. So one of the first things that I did was I set up a cool profile picture for myself. You can actually see it over to your left, my right over here. And this was a picture that was drawn for me by one of my students because I actually work as a substitute teacher, and I went ahead and used that as my profile picture. It's pretty awesome because it establishes my kind of theme that I'm going for, which is it's fun, it's exciting, it's kind of kiddie, it's kid friendly, but it's also educational. This was something that was given to me by one of my students while she was only in 3rd grade. She's a little bit older now. I made sure to get her permission to be able to use it for my channel, and it's been a hit ever since. I love it. I feel like it represents me and my channel and what I'm going for very well. Now another thing, a second thing that you want to make sure to do for establishing a brand for yourself is make sure that you get some sort of solid cover art. Now you can see right up here that I recently actually changed my cover art. I was rocking something different for a long time. It was a little bit outdated. I had a bunch of pictures that I had edited, so I decided to throw them all into a new kind of cover art photo. I'm much happier with this one, but just make sure that you get something out there that looks nice. It doesn't have to be too complicated or fancy. It just got to look really solid and kind of encapsulate your channel. There's plenty of artists out there who are willing to create a banner cover art photo for you for cheap, if not free, especially if you include their name in it. So take some time and maybe even a few bucks if you're not comfortable doing it yourself to get some really good cover artwork for your channel that really represents what you are going for for your theme and your brand. Now, going on top of that, there's a lot of other things that you can include in your theme and your branding. It can be your overall layout, like you see that I have here. I've got a lot of kind of fun kitty things. Up here in the corner, I've got a lot of my face edited into Clash Royale character photos, and it's very low budget, cruddy, Photoshop wannabe kind of software that I got for free. But hey, it works out great for my beginner kind of amateur YouTube Clash Royale channel. And you'll notice that there's kind of an overall color theme. I go for a lot of red, I go for a lot of blue, and I go pink. I also like black. I include this kind of color scheme in my layout for my videos, pretty much what you're seeing in most of my videos. I include it in my thumbnails. I include it in my cover art. All throughout my channel, I kind of go for this overall color scheme and theme. I choose these colors for various reasons. Red is kind of exciting and fun, and I really like that color. Blue is kind of trustable and reliable. It's also relatable to Clash Royale, which is a game that I cover a whole lot. And for pink and black, those are just two of my favorite colors, and I think that they go together really well and also fit my kind of overall theme that I have for this channel. Tip number 3. As in how many crowns I just got. Find your niche. Find something that works for you. Find a direction that you want to send your channel in. As your channel goes on, you want to establish kind of a solid subject matter. You don't want to be too specific, but generally the more specific the better. People are going to subscribe to you because they like something that they saw in one of your videos. So if you upload something completely different, you may just lose them. And after all, that's what you're going for, right? Is more subscribers, because you're here listening to me because you want to grow your channel. So if you're like, hey, my channel is cool stuff with Billy Bob, and I cover Fortnite and fidget spinners, and I cover cute doggy videos, and I cover funny stunts, and I cover X, and I cover Y, and I cover Z, you pretty much just lost a lot of your potential subscribers. Because don't get me wrong, there's a huge audience out there for Fortnite and fidget spinners, even if both those fads are dead by now, right? But you kind of want to hone in on something more specific. You don't want to make it too broad. I started out as a kind of gaming channel, hence the name Gaming 101 with Mr. Berger. I knew that I wanted to focus in on mostly doing Clash Royale videos. That didn't stop me, however, from uploading some other things that I simply enjoy doing. So as of now, I've got 3 major things that my channel is focused on. Primarily, Clash Royale videos. Secondarily, I sometimes do Hearthstone videos as well. And lastly, I also do adorable rescue doggy and kitty videos for the local animal shelter that I volunteer at every weekend. If you take a look at my playlists here, you can see that I got mostly Clash Royale videos. I've got 142 of them in this particular Clash Royale playlist, which means that my channel is obviously focused mostly around Clash Royale videos. I got a lot of other filler playlists here, and I'll get to that in a little bit, why I have those, but notice here that I've got about 10 videos in my doggies playlist, and about 13 videos in my Hearthstone playlist. I have 114 videos in a playlist that I call Deck Showcases, and that kind of gives you a sense of the fact that my channel mostly focuses around bringing Clash Royale deck showcases to my viewers. Tip number 4. Invest in quality thumbnails. Now I'm telling you guys, this might sound a little bit unusual to you that I'm pointing this out directly, but it's very important. Thumbnails are kind of like your main weapon, your first line of defense, or in a sense offense, to hook your viewers in, get their attention, and get them to watch your videos. Now I know that this sounds a little bit kind of funky and pretentious and mean, but you want to be a little bit clickbaity. Now, don't be clickbaity in the sense that like you're lying to your viewers, but you want to do something that gets your viewers or your potential viewers' attention, and you want to kind of suck them in and make them click on that video. So I'd like to show you guys a few of my kind of older thumbnails. You'll see that my older ones aren't as flashy, and they don't have as much detail into them, and they don't quite catch your attention as much. As my channel progressed a little bit in the past year, I started to get a little bit better with making my own thumbnails, a little bit more comfortable, and my thumbnails started to get a little bit flashier and a little bit more attention. And I know that I still have a long way to go, and I could still do so much better on my thumbnails, but in the most recent videos, I'd like to think that my thumbnails have gotten a little bit better and are even more attention getting than the previous set of thumbnails. So what you want to go for here is you want to get the hang of a theme, and this goes back to my little speech about branding and going with a kind of color theme for your channel. So implement that color theme that you're going for into your thumbnails. Include that brand, include those same colors that you want to use. Consider the psychological effects of these colors. Like I said, red is fun and exciting. Blue is calm and reliable and trustable. Pink is associated with love and fun and things like that. So choose something that works well for you and incorporate that into your thumbnails. And again, guys, I know that I've said this, but this is really important. Your thumbnails are your main weapon. So seriously, take those things seriously. Put a little bit of time into them, or if you're willing to invest a little bit of money into your channel, you could also pay people to make thumbnails for you, because there's a lot of graphic artists out there who make awesome thumbnails for really cheap. Now, I'm not going to leave you completely in the dark here. I'm actually going to go do a super quick tutorial on how to make a real easy thumbnail with a free piece of online software called Adobe Spark. So when I was researching different programs to use to create thumbnails for my videos, I came across Adobe Spark as one of the top choices, and I really like and trust Adobe. They're a business that's been around for a long time, and I really like their software, so I decided, yeah, I can trust them. I'll use their program. It took a little bit of getting used to. It definitely has some flaws, but it's made some improvements just in the past year or so that I've been using it, so I definitely recommend it if you're beginning and you want to set up some pretty easy, simple, easy to make thumbnails. Now we can see here that we are actually sitting in my homepage for my own Spark, and you can see that there's a few thumbnails that I did recently, my recent banners, something that I got started on and decided not to finish, some more thumbnails, so on and so forth. It's real simple, guys. All you're going to do is click this little plus sign up here. You're going to create a new graphic. You're going to click Start from Scratch. They give you a plethora of layouts that you can choose from, but we're just going to stick with popular YouTube thumbnail and click Next. From here, they give you a bunch of default backgrounds that you can use for free. I like searching for backgrounds. I generally search for something that kind of suits the theme of the video that I'm doing. So let's say that I was doing a video on a character that has electric magic. For all my Clash Royale players, we'll say the Electro Wizard. I'll go over here to choose photos and search free photos. I'll type in lightning and bam! Or should I say zap? I'm treated to a bunch of free to use awesome lightning photos. These are all really cool, so let's go ahead and just choose a nice looking one. I like that one right there. Then you just click next and voila, you've got a nice layout for your thumbnail. First things first, let's get rid of this annoying little Adobe Spark icon down there by clicking remove once. Then this little thing's going to pop up. You just exit that. We're going to go ahead and double click on this, change the text to thumbnail example. Click done right there. We're going to move it kind of to the center here. You can see it's really easy to line things up. I don't like that font and it doesn't stand out enough to me, so let's go ahead and go down to change it to Ultra, because this is the font that I use in all of my thumbnails. We're going to go ahead and make sure that it capitalizes and fits so that everything is the same size and looks really nice and sweet. First things first, let's go ahead and change the shape. I often like to do none and then add in an outline effect. But for the sake of trying everything out, let's go and add in a cool shape here. You can see they've got simple little things like little bars above and below your text. Something a little bit more intricate that makes it a little bit stand out-ish and kind of looks like a banner. And then of course they've got these fun little bit more intricate outside kind of borders. I like this one right there, but we can't see it too well because the color just isn't working out for me. So let's change that. Let's take care of it. I really want to make it pop, so I'm going to go with that kind of red and black theme. So we're going to go up here and click change color. We're going to change this one down here to more. We're going to select red. That one right there is already set to black, so let's go ahead and save it. But what if I want the text black and I want the outside kind of red? Real easy to do. I just click this little swap button right here. Bam! Now that really stands out. It's really easy to include things like photos. You just click add, then go to photo, and then you click upload photo, and then you choose the photo from wherever you have it on your computer, import that, and then you can quickly include it into your thumbnail. So like I said, Adobe Spark, quick, easy, free, make thumbnails. Tip number 5. You want to make sure to fill out everything for each of your videos as much as you can. So for example, one thing that you could do is create a captivating title. I know it sounds lame and cliche and clickbaity, but use cool, exciting things like all caps and fun emojis. Kids love that stuff, and there's a lot of kids on YouTube. You definitely want to use powerful tags. Research keywords if you can. Check out other videos on tips for growing tags or using tags. Check out what tags and keywords other large YouTubers that are covering similar content to you are using. Some very quick tag tips. You want to include your title in your tags. You want to include the main subject matter in your tags. You want to include exciting words, and you want to include keywords that are very common to your videos, but most importantly, common to what your subject matter is. Create multiple playlists and use them for every video. I mentioned this earlier, and now I'm going to go a little bit in more depth about it. This helps with the YouTube algorithm, so if you'll notice, I have a whole bunch of playlists. You can see that there's a whole ton of them here. Some of them are very useful, like my Clash Royale playlist or my Doggies playlist. Some other ones like live play, non-gaming, and dungeon runs might kind of just be filler. But I don't do that for no reason. I make sure to include a bunch of my videos, or all of my videos rather, in a bunch of different playlists because that helps to grow my channel. And it actually definitely helps for you to get more viewers and more subscribers because it helps your videos to be recommended. On top of that, anytime that you link your videos anywhere on any of your social media or on any websites or anything like that, you can actually link the playlist version of your video, and then it will bring people to that video in your playlist, and it'll automatically schedule your next video in the playlist right after that one. So they'll go ahead and start watching your next video automatically. Make sure that you include those advanced settings. For example, if you're playing a game, you actually want to include that game title. I gotta include Clash Royale or Hearthstone, depending on which game I'm covering in all of my videos. It's highly recommended. Definitely helps that algorithm and helps people to find your videos when they're looking for that specific game. Enter a solid description with a lot of keywords. Include links to your other videos, again, the playlist version of them. Include links to your social media, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Include a direct subscription link, and you can even include a few hashtags in your video because that actually works on YouTube now. Don't forget cards and end screens. Take advantage of that. That stuff can actually be a little bit helpful or pretty helpful because people will be able to click directly from your video onto your other videos. So take advantage of those cards and those end screens. And lastly, for this particular section, make sure to comment on your videos right away and give them a like, because even if you're liking them yourself, that helps your channel to grow a little bit and you want to get the conversation started. I often do both a watch next comment where I directly link one of my recent successful videos in a comment and tell my viewers directly to go there and watch it next after this one's done. And I also often comment a conversation starter, asking my audience some sort of a question or giving them some sort of an information that allows them to start a conversation, getting more comments going on my videos. And I'll talk about this more in a little bit, but every comment and like and all those things helps the channel and the video to grow. So anytime that you can encourage your viewers to comment on your video, that's a good thing for you. Now, another thing that I want to point out here, this is number 6. You want to make sure to communicate with your audience. Don't just leave them in the dark. This is YouTube. After all, a big portion of what draws people to it is the fact that they can comment and discuss the videos and kind of follow their favorite YouTubers on Twitter and Instagram and all those cool things. If they want to go watch a video and not reply to it, they can watch something on Netflix or on TV or go watch a movie, right? A lot of people really enjoy commenting on videos, and they absolutely love it if the person who made that video specifically responds and replies to them. I mean, don't get me wrong. YouTube stars are not that big of a deal. Some of them are a huge deal, but a lot of us are just, really small time like me with my measly 300 some subscribers. Either way, getting that little heart on your comment on somebody's channel and video, especially if maybe you're a younger viewer, that can completely make somebody's day. If they're giving you suggestions and saying, hey, I liked this, take that to heart. Say, hey, thanks man, I appreciate your input. I'll make sure to include more of that. As long as they're not being rude and they're giving you constructive criticism and they're saying, hey, you could do this a little bit better, or I didn't like that, take that to heart too. Make sure to respond to them and say, hey, I'm going to take what you said into account and I might make those changes. Sometimes people just drop by and leave a little emoji or say, hey, what's cracking? But even then, you probably want to go ahead and heart that comment and respond to them, especially early on. You want to heart every comment and you want to respond to every comment. Obviously, report them if they're crazy instead. And to reference that YouTube algorithm again, every interaction helps your channel to grow. So every like, every comment, every share, every view, I think that it's above like 10 or 20 seconds, even dislikes help your channel to grow. For some reason, sometime I must have upset somebody and they bombed my channel with about 30 dislikes in about 5 minutes. I talked to one of my favorite big time YouTubers and he was like, don't worry about it, man. Every interaction helps your channel grow, even if it's a dislike. Tip number 7. You want to try to create social media accounts, as many as you can, at least as many as you want to handle for your YouTube channel. I mean, take a look right here. I advertise them in every single one of my videos. I got my Facebook down here, and I always say things like, you can find me on Facebook, you can inspect me on Instagram, you can tweet me on Twitter, or you can rage at me on Reddit. But I'm serious, guys. Make a Twitter account, make an Instagram account, make a Facebook account. Use a program or a website like Buffer, so that every time that you upload a video, you can upload your thumbnail and a direct link and a bunch of hashtags for that video to each and every one of your social media sites all at once. Like I said, Reddit is also a great place to share your videos. Just make sure that you do it in the right place because people tend to get a little bit more angry over there. I've had huge success with Hearthstone videos using Hearthstone and linking videos directly into comments on decks that I'm covering. If you can get somebody to embed your videos directly onto their website, that's a great way for you to get more views and subscribers directly onto your channel and your videos. Take a look at the Miranda's Rescue homepage. If you go ahead and click on the video option, which is this fun little guy right here, it will actually take you to a portion of the page that has direct links to 4 of my videos, 4 videos that I did of the shelter dogs and cats for Miranda's rescue for free, and they're helping me out by putting my videos on their website, which of course helps my channel to grow, but most importantly helps people see those rescue animals and helps them find homes, which is the main reason that I make those animal videos. Consider creating your own website for your channel. They're pretty cheap these days, those domain names. I haven't done one for my own personal channel yet because I'm trying to spend as little money as possible on my channel for now, but if you want to invest a little bit into that, that's definitely a great option for kind of social media platform for you to be able to share your videos directly onto pretty safely. Share those videos wherever you can, especially early on. Share them on your personal accounts, share them on your personal Facebook, on your personal Instagram, share them with your mom, share them with your uncle, share them with your grandma, share them with your second cousin twice removed. Doesn't matter, just get them out there, get other people to share them, especially early on. People are most likely going to support you, your family and your friends early on. If you're like, hey, I'm going to try this YouTube thing, come check out my video and watch it for 5 seconds and leave a thumbs up, it'll really help me out. So start there early on and spread from there on out. Tip number 8. Now this one's a little bit more advanced, but once you get the channel going, a great way for you to get your name out there more and get more viewers and subscribers is to do collaborations. Now if we take a look here, you can see that I've actually done a couple collaborations. At this point, there's only been about 4 of them done, but hey, that's a start. I would have liked to have done more by now, but they're definitely a lot more time consuming. You need to find somebody who does similar subject matter to you. You guys need to schedule a time that works for both of you. One of you needs to edit it and upload it to their channel. But if you do manage to pull off a good collaboration, it can definitely help your channel grow a lot. They're very, very helpful for your channel. If you get yourself on somebody else's channel and they start to do really well, you're forever going to be on their channel, unless of course they remove that video, right? For whatever reason. So if they continue to grow, there will be more and more people that are checking out that video that you're on, and those people will likely check out your channel in turn. On the other hand, if you get a guest onto your channel, you're likely going to get subscribers and viewers from their channel. Because first of all, they're going to let their viewers and subs know, they're gonna let their friends and family know, hey, I was featured on this other guy's channel, you should check it out. And second of all, if they become successful and people start to type in their name and stuff into the YouTube search, then you're gonna be there with having interviewed them or had them on your channel a long time ago, possibly first. And on top of all of that, this just establishes you as a nice person who can be worked with, and that's what you want for YouTube. You at least want to be viewed as a kind of friendly person that people like, unless you're going for kind of a rude, jerky attitude, which I totally get. A lot of people do that and it's very successful for sure. But if you're like me, you're kind of a nice guy and you want people to see you as easy to work with, because hey, that's what we're going for here. I'm helping you with something that you want to get better at, and why would you want to be helped by somebody who's difficult to work with? Tip number 9. Be yourself. I know this one sounds really cliche, but it's really true. If you're funny, live up to it, you know? Put jokes into your videos. It doesn't have to be a comedy-centric channel. You could do what I'm doing and cover gaming and adorable doggies, but you could still be a little bit funny. If you're not funny, you know, maybe don't try to live up to that. Try to capitalize on your strong suits. I'm a kind of goofy guy, but I know I'm not that funny, so a lot of my videos don't focus around comedy. Most of them focus around education, kind of tips and tricks to help people become better gamers. Or in this particular case, to help you become a better YouTuber. I really enjoy teaching, so that really carved my style. That's why I started this channel, because I want to teach people how to get better at gaming or at YouTube or at whatever they may want to do. Whatever I'm covering it. I mean, if you're an actor and that's what you're going for, you can totally pull off being somebody else, but if you're just kind of a standard YouTuber, people like authenticity. People like what's real and raw, so don't try to be somebody that you're not. Just be yourself, and you're naturally going to get people subscribing to you that like you and like you for who you are. And the people that aren't interested, who cares? They're not going to subscribe. If they dislike, that helps your channel to grow, remember? Tip number 10. Don't get discouraged. I know 9 and 10 kind of sound cliche, you know, be yourself, don't get discouraged, but I'm serious, guys. These are legitimate tips and they're really important. You don't discourage. YouTube takes time. I got my first 100 subscribers in like 2 or 3 months. Now I'm at just about a year in and I'm just over 300 subscribers. So as you can see, looking at my analytics here, my subscribers definitely went up a lot towards the beginning, and then it kind of steadied out a little bit. Of course, I had this major drop here when YouTube got rid of a bunch of the spam accounts. I only lost 7 subscribers there, so that was pretty insignificant compared to what a lot of people lost. But alas, I'm focusing on this number here, and that's not what I should be focusing on. I enjoy covering what I cover. I love bringing tips and tricks and strategy and suggestions and new decks to players that enjoy the same game that I enjoy, and in this case, I love helping other beginner YouTubers out with their channel, helping it to grow or help them get started. You know, I likely had that initial surge of subscribers because I was grinding subscribers at the beginning. I was telling everybody to subscribe. I was going to other channels and commenting on them all the time, being like, hey, I have a cool deck on my channel, come check it out. But as time went on, I decided to focus more on consistency and just using that time and energy to get more videos out and to cover more content, because that's what I truly enjoyed, and that's what I'm here to do, is to just go at those videos out there and to himself, right? A lot of big YouTubers say it took them like 5 years or so before they really started to pick up. Some people say that they had multiple channels and they were flops, or they restarted their channel and they went in a completely different direction. I don't know if that's what's going to happen to me, but I'm really enjoying what I'm doing right now so far. So if you're like me and you really enjoy this, don't worry about those numbers. You know, it's going to take some time, so don't get discouraged. Just keep at it, keep doing what you love. Make sure that you're enjoying it. Don't get burnt out. Don't do it for the money, do it because you enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, to make money off of this channel, that's a huge goal. It's a huge dream. That would be awesome, but that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because somebody said, hey, you're really good at this game. You're really good at giving tips at this game. You could totally do a YouTube channel on it. I did it. I started loving it, and I've spent hours out of days out of this last year working on this channel. I've got 150, 160 videos at this point, and I haven't made a single cent off of it. But I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I enjoy doing it, and if it turns into some sort of a profit someday, all the better. As the saying goes, find a job that you love and you'll never work a day in your life. If you have any questions about what I talked about today, or just want to say, hey, what's cracking, Mr. Berger, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. I'll respond to you as soon as I can. I'd love to hear what you guys thought about this YouTube tutorial tips video, because it's the first time that I've done something like this. Make sure to leave this video a thumbs up if you haven't already, because that really helps my channel to grow. If you haven't subscribed and you love Clash Royale, Hearthstone, or just like this video right here, make sure to hit that subscribe button or that cute little burger down in that corner right over there. That's it for my 10 tips on starting and growing a YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a good night.